Keyword research case study. In the last video, we talked about the three major components of keyword research. We need to find keywords that have a high volume, low competition, and are connected to what we are promoting. So I want to go ahead and just go through a individual search to find some keywords, going along with the theme that I created a blog that's an embroidery company, and I want to talk about how we can go about getting results for our blog. So let's go ahead and look here. I typed in embroidery, and you can see I got a lot of results. Now let's talk about this. If I am building a company where I'm going to sell embroidery, do I want people to type in embroidery machine? No, these are people that are looking to buy an embroidery machine or learn more information about a machine. So that is no good. Even though a lot of people are typing it in, that's not going to be what I'm targeting. So let's look here. Free embroidery, also a bad idea, just because my stuff on my site isn't going to be free. So I don't want people that are looking for that. Monogram embroidery. Okay, now we're talking about a specific embroidery service that people provide. Let's say that I have that in my my site, so that's great. I can see that it has a decent search amount every month. So I'm going to go ahead and what I call it is drill down. I'm going to take that phrase and search for that phrase specifically. Monogram embroidery. Okay, now you notice the second time I do this, I don't have to enter the CAPTCHA again, so it's nice you don't have to do that every time. Okay, give Google a second while it looks in its massive database. Lots of stuff. I don't know if any of you have ever seen any of the specials where they have what it's like inside Google. I think that the company, I just find it very fascinating. They treat their employees really well, is my understanding. They have really cool, their offices look really neat. I'd love to check it out someday. Okay, so here we go. Now we start to break things down more specifically. Monogram embroidery, 8,000. Embroidery monograms, and then with an S on the end, you can see it searched for less. Monogrammed embroidery. So this gives you an idea of what types of things people are typing in. Now these numbers are not exact. Please don't count on them being exact. It's meant to give you an idea. Generally speaking, monogram embroidery machine is going to be searched for more often than with the S on the end. So that's something to keep in mind. So what we're going to do is now that we have established the first criteria, how often they're searched for a month, we start to look at the secondary factors. Now, you might say to me, how do you know, how much is searched for enough? Well, if it really depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're trying to get a ton of traffic, then of course you want this number to be higher. If you are optimizing for, say, a local business, then this number can be much lower, because a lot of times you'll find that even getting just a few people a month from a term can be a big deal, because the acquisition of a lead can be humongous. So keep all those things in mind. So let's go ahead and start to look at each of these keywords to determine what the competition is like. How difficult would it be to rank for these keywords? Let's say that embroidery monograms is something that I want to go after. I need to get a feel for how difficult it would be to rank for this keyword. So I'm going to take that keyword, I'm going to put quotes around it. Embroidery monograms. And I'm going to search for it in Google with the quotes around it. And what this does is it tells me how many times that exact phrase appears on the internet. And the number is 240,000. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a note of this. Embroidery monograms. 240,000. Oops. Okay, make this a little bit easier to see. Okay. So do you see how I did that? Oh, and I spelled it wrong. Okay. Just one N here. Okay, now I can tell you from experience that's rough. That's a lot of competition. We want to find something that is a bit easier to rank for. So let's go back to our page here. Oh, my bad. We lost our results there. Just hold on a second. Should have opened up an external window. I wasn't thinking. So I want to encourage you to, do this along with the video. As you're watching the video, have another window open and look and start to get a feel for what people are searching for. I know it's amazing to people because you sit down and you start to build something, or you have no idea how much traffic you could get, but this really gives you a incredible insight. Okay, so monogram embroidery designs. I think that could be something more if someone is looking to do it themselves. Same thing with the pattern. Okay, monogram embroidery cards. This is a product that's sold. Cards that actually have the embroidery on them. So let's say that that's a product that I sell in my store. Or if I don't, maybe I should, because the competition is going to be good. You see how this works? Okay, I'm opening up a new window this time. I learned my lesson. And I'm going to search for monogram embroidery cards. Okay, this is something that has a competition level of 115,000. That is still pretty high. What is it? 115,000. My memory isn't what it used to be, huh? Okay. Alright, well, let's see what else we got here. How about if we take a specific embroidered hat? How about that? I'm just trying to think of products that somebody could potentially sell. And of course, you know your blog. You know what your blog's about. Go through and look at the different topics, and this can give you an idea for how much competition there is about each individual segment of your market. Based on the words that I looked up, and I didn't really get too deep, it looked like the whole monogram thing wasn't working out for me because I was, it was a lot of competition, and frankly, monogram embroidered card is not searched for a lot, and yet it has a good amount of competition. So if I was selling them, I'd probably have a page on them. But let's see how we do with these hats here. Okay, so embroidered hats. 15,000 people searching for that a month. However, I think that it's going to be pretty competitive to rank for embroidered hats. Okay, so let's look at custom embroidered hat. Okay? First, embroidered hat. I bet is going to be pretty crazy. Okay, almost 300,000. But if I add custom to that, custom embroidered hat, it falls to 8,560. That is awesome. That is fantastic. That is a very low number. That tells me that to rank for custom embroidered hat should be a heck of a lot easier than ranking for just custom or embroidered hat. Now, do you see the difference there? Let's look at this again here. A custom embroidered hat is searched for close to 2,000 times a month. I mean, that's a lot of people. Now, of course, embroidered hat is searched for a lot more, but when you add this custom in front of it, it becomes a lot easier to rank for it because custom embroidered hat is only 8,000. Let's see, custom embroidered hat, 8,500. I'm just going to round a little bit there. Okay, so let's continue down this here. Embroidered baseball hats. Okay, I would think that would be a pretty good thing to be selling because baseball teams, they create hats, and I could see them local teams, wanting to have baseball hats made. So embroidered baseball hats. We're looking at 1,000 search volume there. So let's take a look here. Oops. Embroidered baseball hats. Okay, look at that, 13,000. So, embroidered baseball hats is a good one. And you know what? This is seasonal too. Keep in mind that I am looking at November's results. So I would think that if I was looking at June's results, there would be a heck of a lot more people searching for embroidered baseball hats. Now, what I forgot to do, and I apologize, I forgot to write here. These are the keywords. This is the competition, and this is the search volume. Okay? And I know that embroidered baseball hats is searched for 1,000 times last month. I'm also going to keep in mind that those are November's results, so I think that we could do significantly better seasonally. Custom embroidered hat. And custom embroidered hats with the S. A lot higher. Okay, 1600. There we go. Now let's look at one last thing here. Custom embroidered hats with the S on it, because when you add the S, you can see that it jumps up a lot. 4,400 is the search volume. But how much does the competition jump up? Custom embroidered hats. Well, there's one way to find out. Remember to include the quotations. Okay, look at that. 12,400. That is fantastic. It's amazing, isn't it? Because that's even less competition. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a bit more competition than this. However, not a lot more. 12,000 is still relatively low, and you're talking about a lot more traffic. So there we go. So now I can look at this and say that this one's out because the competition's way too high. This one's out. The competition's way too high. But you know what? These three are looking pretty darn good. It's looking to me like if I were starting a new business that I wanted to market online, there seems to be a market for embroidered hats, embroidered baseball hats, and it goes on and on and on. I could go on here and further look at these keywords to determine what's going to be the best thing for me. Embroidered chef hat. These are all specialties that I could go into. Embroidered baby hats. But I bet that's people love to spend money on babies. Baby hats. Let's look at that competition there. Okay, 102,000. Significantly higher. That doesn't surprise me because everybody knows that baby stuff sells. That wasn't something I figured out just on my own. Let's look at embroidered baby. Okay, still, I would think that if I sat down and typed in embroidered baby, this is just how my mind works with this. I'm going to get different types of products that I could create, and then of course to market online. Okay, so here you can see embroidered baby gift is searched for a lot. Embroidered baby bibs, blanket, clothes, lots of different options here. And you can see the amount of people that are searching for each one. So if I had an embroidery machine and I could make any of these things, I would look and determine what are things that realistically I can be ranking for, and also where is the market too. This tells me that more people are interested in blankets than they are bibs. That's a very helpful thing to know, especially if you're trying to plan a business. So that's basically how keyword research works. Again, remember to focus on finding keywords that have high enough volume to make it worthwhile, low competition, and also are connected to what you are promoting. Now, to do proper keyword research for your blog, it could take you several hours. There are tools out there that make things easier. They do cost money. What I just showed you doesn't cost anything, so that's great. If you're looking for something, Market Samurai is what I use, and it's really cool. It's just really powerful. You just enter keywords, and then it goes out and it generates things. It tells you the competition. It analyzes your competition. It's really cool, but it does cost a good bit of money. You can learn more about that in the resources guide that I attached along with these videos as well if you're interested. So let's go ahead then and move on to the next element of optimization.